But it's currently raining. This is Teacher Peter. I'm looking for the best position whereby I'm not interrupted by by light. Uh-huh. More about this. All right. And as we are also waiting for other members to join us. Yes. Good evening. If not, I'll go back in the house. Let me see if at least we can have it. I'm using the phone, but at least I would prefer if at least we can have it on the. I don't know. Just thank you very much. At least you're waiting for some people to join us so that I can start sharing. I would like to share some. Our life is basically going to be about how to gain experience or how to gain experience without having a formal employment or formal job. And I think I'm going to share with you some of the practical things that have worked in my life. And I believe if they have worked in my life, they can also work in your life. Yeah. If they have worked for me, they can work for you. And with that, at least as you're starting, you are free to share your comments or your name so that at least I get to understand who is watching, simply because I can't see you here. Yes, thank you for joining. Kindly, if you are joining us, at least you just wave or you say your name or something. But at least, okay, to start with, I'm starting with this story. Other people will find us along the way. One day, there is a friend of mine. She went to look for a job. And when she went to look for the job, she reached, it was a supermarket. Then they wanted to work as attendants in that supermarket. Then the boss or the supervisor asked them one question: do you have experience? And they said, we don't have experience, we have just completed school. Then what happened? He told them, I'm going to employ you, but do one thing. I'm going to give you a job not of being a supermarket attendant. I'm just going to employ you as a person, as people are a supermarket attendant. I'm just going to employ you as a person, as people who are going to be cleaning. There were three girls. When he told them that he was going to give them the job of cleaners, two of them say, I think, yes, two of them said, no, we are not cleaning. We studied our books, we can't clean. We came for the job of being attendants, and if it is not there, or cashiers or tellers, but if the job is not there, at least we can try elsewhere. What they did, they moved out, and one girl remained, and this one said, yes, I can do the job, I'll clean. And the boss just asked her for her application. He didn't even look through them, and he told her, come back tomorrow and start working. When she came back tomorrow, she started working, and after just 1 month, what happened? After 1 month, this lady was elevated from a cleaner to a teller or the cashier. Then, when she asked the boss, why have you done that? The boss told her one thing: simply because you humbled yourself to the standard of the job. And besides that, most of us, we are currently, I'm your supervisor, but this is not where I started. So if a person is not willing to start from the least place, it simply means they won't value those ones who are doing the least job. So what did I learn from it, and what should we learn from it? That at the end of the day, we have what we want, we have what we need, but at times what you want and what you need might not be what is needed it might not be what is needed at that time. So we should value the process and also be ready to grow. So today I'm going to share some tips on how you can gain experience without having a formal job. But before reaching that, I'm teacher Peter Okware. Yes, I'm a teacher by profession. I like teaching, and I believe in teaching we can transform lives. And I believe through teaching, there's a lot that we can do than blaming ourselves and blaming others. Yes. So with that, kindly thank you very much for watching, and thank you for following. I've done a lot of things. and for me personally, I didn't start with formal employment. I started with volunteering, and I was not even being paid. I was just being given 5,000 shillings per week. Yes. And also in other places, as I was volunteering, they could just give you just token of appreciation or food. At times I was volunteering for food, for survival. But at the end of the day, I didn't know even why I was doing that. But when a time reached when I needed recommendations, the places where I used to volunteer in, they played a big role in my life because they all gave me good recommendations. And that's what at times matters in life. So with that, we are starting our session with, I've written things on the paper. I don't know whether you'll see them, but I believe you're seeing them. We are starting with love. In most cases, anything that you want to do in life, it starts with success, or if you want to succeed, it will start with love. You either do something out of love or you do it just for the sake of money. And if you do anything for the sake of money, you'll never succeed and you can't succeed. But if you do anything for the sake of love, being backed by love, you'll always find yourself doing it and growing year in, year out. So with that, that is one thing that we should all have at the back of our mind, that love controls everything. And if you don't, it starts with loving people. If you don't love people, you can't work for them. You can't support them, you can't improve them, and you can't make people's lives better. It starts with love. So all of us, let us learn how to put love in ourselves. No one should teach you how to invest love in yourself, but I don't know how you should do it, but at least when you have God on your side, tell him to put love in your heart. The love that loves beyond just expectation. There is love with expectation and love without expectation. So we should all have that. And if you have that, you'll always look at others. Though we should prioritize ourselves, but you will also always prioritize others. Thank you very much for members who are joined this live. And with that, at the end of the at least we are starting with this. As I believe you're seeing this clearly. Those are the two E's. You can't gain experience if you have not gone through an experiment. You can't gain any experience if you have not gone through an experiment. It starts with experiments. And in experiments, we are going to make mistakes. And that's why we have the word mistake. We have the word mistake, and we also have the word what they call the final take. Like in the photos, I did journalism, and I also lectured in journalism. In journalism, when you are taking photos, we don't call them photos. We call them takes. So when you are taking a take, yes, you can take so many takes. Then you come up with one good one, the one that you would like the world to know about, the one that you would like people to appreciate you about, or even to understand your message. But what happens is, in those takes, it doesn't mean that all the photos that you take will be good photos. Others will be good, others won't be good. But what happens at the end of the day, now I think it has stopped raining. I can go outside. What happens at the end of the day, if you make good takes, at least they'll bring out the picture that you'd like people to know about that photo. So that's the same thing. You can't gain any experience if you have not gone through an experiment. So it starts with the experiment. By the way, as you're joining us, don't forget to like. If you're liking the video, yes, at least kindly like. It means a lot, and it will also show me that people are watching. Thank you very much. And also after liking, when the session is over, don't forget to share the video. Thank you. So it starts with the experiment. Everything before gaining experience, start with experimenting. And in experimenting, don't fear about making mistakes. We all make mistakes in life, and all mistakes are correctable. I can tell you right now, at least I reached somewhere in terms of maybe management, in terms of accomplishments, but I've made so many mistakes in life. I've made so many mistakes in life, and I'm not yet where I'm supposed to be. But the beauty is I'm making those mistakes at the years or at the stage whereby those mistakes are correctable, and you still have room to improve and become better. Yes. So it starts with the experiment. So kindly don't be a perfectionist at the beginning and don't expect perfection. That if I do this, I want it to be perfect. Like, look at this. I can make these presentations and I put them on PowerPoint. But the reason why I'm doing this is simply to simplify life, that even a person who is just starting something, you can do it. So even if when you're starting, be it a business, be it a project, be it a job, just start it in the most simplified way. Let me give you like a story with our school. When we were starting our community school called Rising Star Preparatory School, we started when kids were sitting down. But look at our motto. We had our motto, which is we are destined to win. But kids started when they are sitting down on the floor. Yes. Why? We were learning, and we had started because we believe that for you to become a star, you have to start. To become a star, you have to start. So we started before we became stars. So always, when you start, you're going to make so many mistakes, and those are the things that we call experiments, in form of composure, presentation, name it by a few. So that one, at least have it in mind. Then, after making all those mistakes in the experiments, then you'll gain the experience, and that's when you become experienced. And today, so many bosses don't want to employ people who are going to learn on the job because they don't have that time. The world is very competitive. Be it true, you wouldn't like to start up a business and end up maybe making so many mistakes in your own business. Why? Because if you do that, it simply means you're going to make financial losses. So if you go through the experiment, then gain the experience, people will look for you because of the experience. Thank you. Let me hope you have learned something from that. Then this is one of the things that we all need as a society. Be a giver, not a taker only. In life, before gaining any experience, kindly always be a giver. Have the spirit of giving. Don't always, there are so many people whom I've seen, they will never share any of their knowledge on Facebook or social media simply because they don't want people to learn what they know. They are not givers. They only share where there is an attachment of money. When there is no money, they don't share. They will only share funny things, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, people won't know who you are and what you are good at. So if you're good at something, try to share it with others. Try to see that it improves other people's lives. And that is being a giver. And when you come to a person, don't just expect to be given, but also have in mind, what am I giving that person? What am I giving to that community? So don't always expect, like Africans today, most of us, we are expecting the government to give us, which is not bad. But we should also be givers, not expecting the government to give us. That's why we become takers. But what are we giving to our fellow human beings, to our communities, to the people around us? So at the end of the day, with all that, you are gaining experience because you are giving. And in most cases, when you are giving, try to take records. One time I remember that for me, what I've been doing most, whenever I go to any place and I'm willing to give, I will always tell them, give me a recommendation or write something like in form of a letter or something, an appreciation letter. Why? Because that one is more valuable than even them giving you money. Why? Because at the end of the day, the money you'll use it, but that letter will speak for you even 20 years down the road. So you have given them, they have also given you. So that is how things should be. We should be more of givers than takers. So at the end of the day, whenever you give your time to others, you'll see that you are gaining experience. And also, as we shall look at some of the thing that we can use in our daily life. Yes, at least those are the ones that we shall end with. But before reaching there, kindly always be a giver. Be a giver. Be a giver. Be a giver. We should all be givers. And where can you give? In your community, like during the holiday, most of us here, you might be good in a certain area. And you might be seeing people struggling in that area. Why can't you bring them together and share that knowledge so that they can be able to make informed choices? That is being a giver. Then the other thing is, you can also be a giver whereby, assume me as a teacher. It can be in a community. I don't have a job, but in the evening, I'm in the community and I'm seeing so many kids loitering. Why can't I talk to their parents that I can coach them? So that parents will give you the kids, you coach them, and you earn some little money as you are giving them. But most people are just seated waiting for full employment, which is not bad, but at the end of the day, you are not gaining experience. Or I can also be a giver, whereby I can say maybe every Saturday I'll be in this and this school. I know this and this knowledge. I'm going to share it. Or if it's not a school, it can be a company. I tell them, kindly give me this platform. I would like to share with you people this and this and this, free of charge. Yes, there you are gaining experience, and you're also building meaningful networks, and that is being a giver. Now, from that we also go to this, the 3 P's. The 3 P's. Kindly always learn the 3 P's. And the first P, before becoming successful in life, it is passion. You should have the passion. If you want to become a doctor, have the passion. And if you want to become maybe a footballer, have the passion. Try to know, what do successful footballers do? What do successful entrepreneurs do? What do they have to put in place? And also the second thing, the purpose. Have the purpose. Let your purpose be very clear about what you want to achieve in life. Yes, let your purpose be very clear and well stipulated about what you want to achieve in life. So if you do that, you will become very successful. Very, very successful. Then the third thing is the process. Yes, the process. Look at the process. What do I mean by the process? In most cases, you can't just jump. You can't just jump to positions from just a student to being a boss. There you would have missed a mark or a point. All great bosses were once great servants, and they went through a process. But the challenge is, I always talk about this, that today's generation, we like the proceeds, but we hate the process. We should always have the passion of embracing the process. Yes. Thank you very much. Then the other thing is, if you embrace, or if you follow the 3 P's of passion, purpose, and process, they lead to what we call preparation. They lead to what we call preparation. You become prepared, and you will be able to do things in the right way. Now from there, we go to what they call time. We are looking at things that can enable you gain experience. But there, whereby time, like the second thing is time. And with the time here, basically depends on how you use your time, how you invest your time, how you use it productively. Where do you spend your time? In which places, with which people? What do you talk in your free time? What do you do in your free time? So at the end of the day, if you manage your time well, and say maybe, in my full day, I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be visiting these people. I'm doing these things. You end up seeing that at the end of the day, you become more productive and efficient to yourself and to others, simply because you learn how to manage your time. And besides that, I used to think that we are young, but there are so many people who do greater things at a very young age, simply because they grew up before their age. You might be of 30 years old, but when you're doing things over 17-year-old, and you might find a person who is 20 years old, but when their maturity age is 45 years, and they're doing things that even a 45-year person has not yet done and cannot do, simply because they are appreciating their time, they are valuing their time, and they are doing all what it takes to see that they become successful, and they learn. Thank you very much, members, for watching. I believe you're learning something. Basically, it's all about personal reflection. From that, we are going to look at those nitty-gritties, all the major areas on how we can gain experience without looking at formal employment, or without having formal employment. But we started with this at least to give us a build-up. Why? Regardless of what you do, if you don't have a clear build-up of foundation, always things will go astray. So, I think we have looked at all this. Then we are going to start with things that we can do to gain experience without formal employment. And kindly get a pen and paper, write them down. If not that, at the end of this live, you can come back and watch, or also share it with others. Kindly be kind and share it with others. Now, the first thing we're going to look at what they call job shadowing. I don't know whether you understand what we call job shadowing. But job shadowing is whereby I might not be employed, but I know a person who is employed. What I will be doing every morning, I will be going with this person to their place of work, maybe for 1 hour or 2 hours or 30 minutes or 3 hours, depending on my time, to just look at the way how they do things at their workplace. Then after doing that, it will enable me gain experience simply because I'm looking at how things are done practically. So if I look at how things are done practically, even if when I'm in a position, or even if when I'm interested in starting my own business, I won't make mistakes simply because I've seen how things are done practically. And that one is called job shadowing, number one. Then number two, we can look at volunteering. Now, volunteering, it is done in two ways. You can volunteer either in a profit-making organization, non-profit making organization, community, it can be a club, anywhere. But this is a challenge, and I've always told it to my fellow age mates and the youth, the young generation, and even the old people, that let us teach our young ones the importance of volunteering. Currently, here where I am in the US, I've seen one thing. You find that in most restaurants, people who are working here are times. Okay, let me even before reaching the one for restaurants, let me just continue with volunteering. One time I was talking to one of the ambassadors, the US ambassador, who was in Uganda. She left, but she told me one thing. She told me that she started a career as a volunteer, and that is the same thing that she told her child or her children or her daughter, that for you to become successful, start as a volunteer. Let people see that you are a giver. Have the heart of giving your time. Have the heart of sharing your time. Because at that stage, you don't have a lot of experience, and maybe you might not be having a lot of maybe responsibilities. Always try to share. And even if when you have a full-time job, one of gaining experience beside outside your full-time job or gig is volunteering. I might be interested in videography. What I should do, I should look for an organization or a company or an association that is working in that area. Then I go and I volunteer my time without any pay, and with that I'll be gaining experience. And as we said in the beginning, you can't gain experience if you have not gone through an experiment. So you are experimenting as you are gaining experience. And in volunteering, don't only volunteer with an intent of being given a job or being paid allowances, transport, and all that. Have the passion, even if they're giving you, if they're not giving you, look at it as a sacrifice. And at the end of the day, ask them to write for you a recommendation. We thank Teacher Peter Kware because he came to our place and volunteered. And by the way, for your information, I'm putting on a shirt. This t-shirt was made by one of my friends. She's called Becky. Kindly, you can support her. She makes these crafts, and these are, as you can see, it's a good t-shirt. Yes. Mm-hmm. So one of the things that we can do is volunteering. Then the third thing, you can also start up a blog. Today, most of us, we have smartphones, but we don't use them well. Yes. If you are good at something, start up a blog whereby you can share certain things about what you're passionate about. If it is food, share something about food and let people understand you about that. If it is maybe fashion, share something about fashion. Photos, this, that. People will start following you and you'll be gaining traction simply because they are seeing that you are sharing something that you are passionate about. But some people have this in mind: if I share what I know, people will steal it and they will do it and I will not benefit from it. No way. You are not the first person to do it. So many people have done it. So sharing is caring. And the more we share, is the more we care and the more even we grow. Then the third thing is attend conferences and workshops. Yes, now whenever you attend conferences and workshops, they can also, they will help you to build your CV. You are building a CV that I've attended this conference, I've attended this workshop. Besides even putting that on your CV, that's where you can meet networks. That's where you can meet people who matter, people who will add value to you and even to what you do. So always attend those sessions. They will be grateful. They will do an impact to your life. Members, if you have just joined us, kindly give a thumbs up to this video. If it is at least creating some meaning in your life. And basically, while attending conferences, don't only attend free conferences. Let me talk about maybe Ugandans, the people whom I know. We like attending free things. When it comes to productive things, we like attending free things, whereby you don't have to pay. Like teachers like attending free workshops, and if they are not totally free, the ones that the schools are paid for. If the school doesn't pay for the workshop, they will never attend. And if it comes to entertainment, people there they pay. There they pay with one heart. But when it comes to things that develop them and build them, they don't like paying. So if you are not passionate about investing in yourself, no one will invest in you. Some of us, we are invested in ourselves. A lot of money, a lot of time. You go and sleep in places where you are not even interested, but because you want to learn something, you travel miles and miles. But you find a person who will tell you, no, I would have attended that program, but it is very far. You ask the person, how far? 5 kilometers. Then you ask yourself, is this person interested in becoming successful? Some people will talk about success, but are not willing to walk the path of success. It doesn't come that easily. So always attend workshops, attend conferences, meet those people, get their contacts, communicate to them, build relationships with them, not love relationship, but professional relationships. Yes, talk to them, inquire about things that you don't understand, meet them, volunteer at their workplaces, let them show them what you do, what your niche is. So what happens at the end of the day, you will become better in what you're doing. So, and always put that on your CV. Be mindful about that. Put that on your CV. Then the other thing is do work before you apply. Yes, always try to do work before you apply. Before I apply for the job, I can come and I tell you. I remember for me where I got my job, my first professional job of lecturing. I went to this institution and I told them. They called me anyway. Yes, they called me, and I went there. When I reached there, they told me, how much would you like to be paid? I told them, no, don't pay me, but let me first work. Give me like 3 weeks. And as I work, when I work for those 3 weeks, you will see my value. Then that's how you can gauge how much to pay me. After those 3 weeks, they saw what I could deliver, and we sat on the table and we discussed things on a better term, simply because they saw my value. But most of us today, you go to a place and you tell them, kindly pay me this much. But when they are not seeing your value, yes, they might pay you that much, but you are putting yourself at a risk, because if you don't deliver to the money that you are, or to the standard, or to match with the money that you are being paid, chances of losing that job are very high. And that's why some people, they can get the job, they work at that job for 1 month, 2 months, and they sack them, then they say they're bewitching me or people didn't like me. But one thing that you didn't do right, you didn't prepare yourself ahead of time. So if you first get the job and work, then you negotiate your terms and condition or pay. After even learning, they can even compensate your time that you have been working for. Yes. Then also, this is quite personal, but also professional. One way of gaining experience before work is also avoiding early responsibilities. You find so many people today get so many responsibilities at an early stage. Before even you start earning, you have a very big family. You don't even make $100 a month, but you have a very big family. So there you can't gain experience, and you can't even look at maybe giving your time to volunteer, simply because you have so many responsibilities to meet. So let us avoid to get into responsibilities. Like one of the challenges that I've seen in Africa, we easily enter into marriages very fast, which is not bad, but it's not good. It's a risky gamble, because at the end of the day, you are going to get kids, you are not yet stable, and you might not be able to take care of them well. What happens? The family will even crumble, and that's why so many marriages have crumbled, simply because we entered responsibilities before we had reached that stage. So first prepare yourself ahead of time before getting into responsibilities. Yes, and that's why I don't encourage a person below 25, not even 25, 30 years, marrying. Yes, if you are married, it's fine, but at least it is one thing that we should always tell the young generation: it's not a good venture. At least kindly become stable financially, become stable mentally, become stable in managing a person. or being managed. Yes, or managing yourselves. Yeah. So why? Because if you get so many responsibilities, you won't even have this time of going for conferences, maybe posting blogs, volunteering, because you'll always be out there hustling it out to put food on the table. So kindly, if you have made that mistakes, all mistakes are correctable. Kindly tell it to the young generation not to make the mistakes that most of us made. Thank you. Then a value. Always add value to yourself. How do you add value to yourself? It also goes back to so many things like the dress code. You are going to look for a job, but you are poorly dressed. You don't know even about the place that you are going to where you are going to ask for a job. You find so many people today looking for a job, and then you ask them, we have come to look for the job. Yes. Do you know what we do? No, but I'm willing to know what you do. Have you made research about this place that you have come to? I have not made research, but I'm willing. If you teach me, I'll understand, which is not bad. But in most cases, people will look at you as a person who is unserious. If you want a job, prepare yourself. Go to an organization or a company after making research about them and about how you are going to make them better. Yes, I've come to this place. I believe I can create an impact or I can add value. I've seen that you are doing this, but this is what I can do. And in this area, if you give me this job, I promise that I'll add value in this and this way. So with that, no one will deny you a job simply because they are seeing a person who has come, they are well prepared, they know the organization they have come to, and they even have a plan. But you go to look for a place with only an application and your CV. You don't know the place, you don't know the value you're going to add. Like one time, there were a group of people, they went to a job for a job interview in a certain company, and this company was making confectionaries and sweets. Yes. So what happens? Before the interview, they were seated in a boardroom. Then a person enters with a box of sweets, and he places all the sweets before them, and then he takes them. Enjoy, feel at home. You can have as many as you can. Eat, but don't put in your pocket. Just eat. They ate everything. They ate everything which was on the table. And then this gentleman comes back and asks them, yes, have you eaten the biscuits and the sweets? Then they said, yes. How are they? They are good. What would you like to say about this company or this industry? They say, hey, this is the best place. You see, they have even given us what to eat and even the water to drink. So what happens at the end of the day? This person asks them, okay, kindly give me all the things that you have eaten, like those packages. Yes, he asked for the packages or the wrapping packages. Then they gave him all the things, the wrapping packages. Then he asked them, look at each package before giving it to me. Look at each package. What does it read? And all what they had eaten, there was no product. I think there are very few products, all that were made by that company. But they didn't take time to look at what are they eating. They just ate. Yet they had come in a company or an industry that produces those same products. Then the gentleman told them one thing. According to you, have you passed the interview or you have failed? Others said, no, this is not an interview. We're told to eat. And so what does it mean in life? At times the interviews will not come in a clear way that you think, whereby you go and they ask you questions. Other interviews come in form of challenges. Other interviews come in form of circumstances and situations that you have to approach in a very systematic way. What happened? These people, none was picked simply because they are not prepared. Why? They went to look for a job. They didn't first take time to research about the organization that they are going to apply for. And they didn't even take time to look at the sweets. You have come to work in an industry that are producing sweets and biscuits. But let me first look at this. Which biscuit am I eating? Where is it being produced? What are the ingredients? There, it simply means they didn't pay attention to details. So, before saying that I would like to become rich, successful, add value to yourself. And if you are going to look for a job, kindly take time to make more research about it. And maybe before the end of this video, kindly take time to share your opinion about which, or if even if when it has ended, which point has worked for you best. Where didn't you understand? At least we shall keep the conversation going on in the chat room. Yes. And then the sixth thing is work in your neighborhood. Yes, at times get the work in your neighborhood. You can help people at your neighborhood. Kindly learn to swallow the pride. Learn to swallow the pride. And besides even working at your neighborhood, work in humble places. Yes, at the beginning I say this. Currently I'm in the US. But one of the things that these people do is they always, you find that when a person makes 17, 18, 20 years, you never see them being depending on their parents. But these are the people who are always in these food stores. They are working as attendants. They are working in chicken fillet, McDonald's, in all those places, small restaurants, big restaurants, and these are people at the university. Why? They are gaining experience. Now, related to Africa. Hey, a person doesn't want to go in for that. They will ask you, my parent gives me pocket money of 300,000. How can I work at a place where I'm going to be paid 150? I can't do that. So what should we do? At least let us have that in mind and start gaining experience in that way. Thank you very much. I believe you're learning something, and we're about to end. Also, take time on the internet to look at the soft skills. Those soft skills will do you a great job. Kindly let me get my, I think I'm having a challenge with my battery. But take time to gain soft skills through the internet. If you gain soft skills through the internet, it will help you greatly. Let me get my wife, I think, charger, so that I can be able to connect well with the internet. Hey, fine. How are you? Are you doing fine?
Okay,
Say hello to them.
Hi.
They have seen you. All right. Okay. Let me. I would like to get my power bank so that at least we can be good to go and complete the session. Wow. Thank you. Sorry. So I was still talking about. Let me come. I was still talking about the final bit, and that is as a moment. Yeah, that is the bit of a live session. Yes, you have to be flexible. Let me see whether it is charging. Is it charging? Not yet. I think now it's charging. Thank you for your patience. I think now it is charging. Right. Yeah, it's charging now. So I was talking about the soft skills. There are so many ways how you can gain the soft skills, because in all the places where you will need to get employed or before starting your business, you need the soft skills: the communication, collaboration, presentation, and critical thinking, the analysis. So many of those soft skills, you need them. Yes, an approach, marketing skills. And these are some of the things that you can gain from the internet. Ask yourself, how do you spend your time? These are some of the things that are readily available free of charge on the internet. So make the internet part of your school or learning space. Go and get most of the skills. And even on your CV, put them there. I am good in this, I'm good in this, I'm good in this. But before putting them there, take time to practice them. And you can practice them through volunteering, through job shadowing, through part-timing, through the internship and all that. Then finally, if maybe you fail to get experience from your current place, or you can't, all the situations are not favorable, consider relocating. Move away from that place. Move away from that location and shift to a place where you believe that your vision, your mission, your purpose will easily sprout. Yes. And finally, you can also consider working on the social media. how can you work on social media? How can you improve on your social media? Let people get to know you about what you're good at least you can open up a YouTube channel so people can understand that if maybe teacher Peter starts this, he's very good at this. Yes, you can open up a YouTube channel, that is one. You can open up a Facebook page and then start posting things in that area. Even if when you don't have a job, you are creating your own window. Let people know you because of that. If you look at the ways how people are successful because of YouTube, you can't even imagine. And most of you have a lot of valuable knowledge and you're crying over unemployment. And you can spend a lot of your time on maybe Facebook doing nothing or doing things that are not productive. But why can't you rechannel that knowledge and strength into maybe YouTube and promote it? I can tell you right now in Africa, there is a gentleman from Ghana, and even in Uganda, there are so many people. Like, try to look up or follow that gentleman. It's called Wodemaya. It's just a young boy like you and me. Or a young boy. He's a youth. But he has a follow-up of over 1 million. 1 million people following him. And he makes over 30,000 US dollars per month. Over 30,000 US dollars per month. How many people, even your MPs in Uganda, they don't make that much? But he's employing himself on YouTube. Why can't you also look at that? And if you are a school director, why can't you also look at having a YouTube channel as a promotional page for your school where you can reach your parents? Why can't you use the YouTube channel to promote your goods, your services, your skills? There's a friend of mine, she makes confectionaries, cakes. But I told her to open up one and also show the world how to make cakes. Yes, people will watch, people will make bookings, people will look for you, people will call you to train them. So there is a lot, or there are so many avenues on how we can gain experience, just that at times we don't believe in sharing and we believe in holding every information. Like on this channel, if you make research and if you look at most of the videos, they are educative videos and they are humble videos. We use the phone, which I'm also using right now to record this live. But you find that so many people could tell us, why are you sharing all that information free of charge? People should buy. But we told them, no, we shouldn't sell the things. There are certain things that you should give people and there are certain things that people should pay for. Why? Because people should know you, what are you doing? So currently for us, 50% of the people following our YouTube channel are from USA, and these are mostly teachers, simply because we share things that they are passionate about. So YouTube is a very good platform where you can gain experience. And even if when I'm going to look for a job, instead of going with so many papers and crying and telling people, you see, I lost my parents, I lost this and this. No. Kind of go with the YouTube channel. A link and tell people, I can do this. And in order to show you that I can do this, I've done this in this way. I've been at this place. I've been here. And this is the proof. Go on my YouTube channel and look at the things and see how I've been doing it practically. So I would like this video, if you're passionate and if you're willing, kind of share it. I would like so many students to watch it, people at the university, teachers, parents, and so many stakeholders. Because at the end of the day, you find that so many governments invest money to fight poverty, which is not bad, but we don't do it in the right way. So there are so many things that we should do right before we think of fighting poverty. And yes, then one of the final things that we should look at, also talk to your friends. Always tell your friends when there are gatherings, attend those social gatherings. Tell them about your situation. I don't have a job, but I can do this. And when people give you the job, work with one heart. Give it your 100%. In Africa, we have that tendency whereby we don't give 100%. People give 30%, 20%, and they always have this in mind that I will become serious when it is my job, when it is my own job. But if you want to learn how to be a good boss, always learn how to give 100% from the word go. Learn how to give 100% from the word go. It will greatly create a great impact in your life and in the lives of others. I think the rain has stopped, and I prefer continuing my life from outside. Yes. So members, I greatly believe if we put these things into consideration, it will create an impact in our lives and even in the lives of others. So finally, we have looked at so many things, and I wouldn't like to I would not like to waste a lot of your time. I would like to just appreciate you for watching. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for being a loyal Teachers in Need member. And even those ones who will watch this video after, kindly do one thing: share it. Yes, in life we don't need to share money, but we can share knowledge. And don't expect a rich person to have your time, because they are busy. But at least always ask people who are in the same category. We have time for each other. We can support each other. And that's why if you look at this, the call was be the solution you need. Kindly, if you haven't liked this video, don't forget to like the video. Be the solution you need, and also don't forget to subscribe to Teachers TV Africa. Be the solution you need. Now, the objective of Teachers TV Africa is for it to become a full television, and we are also going to be having more of these live sessions whereby we can invite you, and when we invite you, you can also share your opinions. You can share your views, and you can share topics. And even after this live, kindly in the comment section, feel free to share what would you like us to talk about next time, and also whom would you like us to invite during our live topical discussion sessions. Kindly, thank you very much for watching. But at the end of the day, in all that we are doing, we should be led by love, and at the end of the day, put God first. Put God first in all that you're doing, and always be mindful about how we spend your time. If you haven't liked, kindly don't forget to like. We thank you very much for watching, and don't also forget to follow our social media pages like Teachers in Need, Teachers TV Africa, and we also have a center in Uganda. It's called Teachers Development Center. We do a lot of things. We are coming up with a voluntary program. It's going to be, you will subscribe, then we place you in a place, and you will receive two things. You receive a recommendation or an appreciation letter from the place where you have volunteered, and also from Teachers in Need. Yes. So it will be a great experience for any member, for any person. And with volunteering, you shouldn't be old or you shouldn't be experienced. Any age can volunteer. Yes, any age can volunteer. And it doesn't mean that if you are maybe a teacher, you can't volunteer in a bank. You can volunteer. I believe one of the stories that I should end with, or one of the advice that I should end with, if you desire to work in a media house, yes, and there are no openings, kindly be the media house yourself. Start up something that whereby the media house will look for you. Even CNN can look for you. Even BBC can look for you. If you yourself you become a solution. If the doors will fail to open the door or create the door. Are we together? Because one time there is a person who wanted to work in the fashion industry, but she didn't know how to get into that fashion house. What she decided to do was to go there and ask for a job as a cleaner. But she was very good in her fashion, but she didn't have an entry point. When she entered there and she asked for the job of a cleaner, she started cleaning, and in her cleaning, she got to know people in that place. Now, when she got to know people in that place, what happens? They get to know her, they get to rub shoulders, they understand each other. She's in the meeting, sharing her opinions. Then she started coming with her designs, showing them, look at this. And they could ask her, who made that? And then she would tell them, I made it. Yes, I made it. But you're a cleaner. Where did you get that experience from? She said, I came to clean in this place simply because it does what I like. Yes. So what happened at the end of the day, they started telling her to bring part of her work, and they gave her more skills, and they had to sign her from a cleaner to a fashion designer, and her paycheck rose, and she also started receiving commission and other bonuses. And look at the way how she entered. That is what they call the humble beginning. Let us always embrace and believe in the humble beginning. And at the end of the day, all big things in life start small. All big things in life start small. I think here we are remaining with 9 minutes to end our live, because it's supposed to be a 1 hour live session. All big things start small. So I would like also to share with you, those ones who are watching and are interested in applying for the Mandela Washington Fellowship. Before even applying for the fellowship, this is one thing that we should all know in life. You will never succeed if you believe in doing something once. Success comes through doing something or the same thing consistently, consistently. I wouldn't like to bite my tongue while trying to say the word repeatedly. I'm sorry. So if you do something consistently with love and passion, at the end of the day, you'll become a master. And when you become a master in that something, people always look for masters in that area. So try to become a master in your area. And that is one thing that most people don't want. Most people want, when they try something, they want to try it and get it. Yes. But you can try something and it doesn't come your way. Don't give up. Let me share with you something which happened to me. I remember one day when, before getting an opportunity of Teachers in Need, having some work relationship or collaboration with World Vision, I used to approach the country, the education coordinator in World Vision. I could call him, I could send him messages, I could send him WhatsApp messages, I could visit him. At times, even if one is not interested, I could request for meetings. And the time reached when I was in his office. What he did, he had to write to all the TPOs. Those are the I think those are called the technical program officers, like that, yes, all over the country, because he saw my desire, he saw my passion, he saw my resilience, my persistence. But most of us today, you want to go to a place, and if they don't give you what you want, you quit, which is not good. We should be resilient people. We should always go an extra mile. And at the end of the day, that is the spirit that every youth needs, the spirit of resilience. And in most cases, if something doesn't work out the first time, it simply means that you have to just redesign your approach. So many people at times today, a person might be wanting a job, and why so many, let me also share this with you, why so many people are unemployed. Yes, a person will come looking for a job, or might send you a WhatsApp or a text looking for a job, but they are extremely direct. Hi, is there any job opportunity? They don't take time to greet you. They don't take time to introduce themselves. They don't even bother about creating a relationship, but they are just direct about what they want. So in most cases, this is it's a discipline anyway, or a value. Before approaching people, or before telling people what you want, kindly try to package yourself well. Try to present yourself well. I'm Teacher Peter Okware. Hello, good morning. I assume I'm writing a WhatsApp to a person whom I believe can connect me to an opportunity. Hello, I'm Teacher Peter Okware. I'm a teacher by profession with this working experience. I would like to talk to you about something. Do you have time? If a person doesn't have time, yes, and they don't respond, give them some time. And if they don't respond, I'll go on and say, kindly, I'm following up to the WhatsApp message I sent you on this and this day. I'm Teacher Peter Okware, but I'm looking for a job. Kindly, would you be having a position at your school? I'm a teacher. I'm good at this and this. Like me, I can say I'm good at teaching reading. I'm good at teaching math. And if I'm given an opportunity, I can teach your kids or your pupils how to do this and this and this, because I've done it in this and this area. And to show you that I'm interested and willing, if there is an opportunity, I'm willing to come and give like 3 hours or 2 hours per day, so that you can evaluate and see me. So there is no person, if they have that opening, who won't give you a platform, because you have gone an extra mile to show the resilience. You have gone an extra mile to show them what you can do. You have gone an extra mile to show them your value. You have gone an extra mile to show them what you are going to add to their maybe their school or their organization. So in so doing, you'll end up seeing that opportunities will open up. And by the way, regardless of how good you are, if you don't market yourself, if you don't become your own marketeer at the beginning stages, no one will market you. And this is a trick. When you go to ask for a job, don't go and ask for, let me say they ask you, how much would you like to be paid? And you say maybe any amount of money that you're paying. At least have a value. And if you believe that your value is too high, be able to defend your value. And besides that, at times it's also risky because you might have a value, yet it is low compared to what those people give. At times you can also find out what is their startup scale. In all organizations and in all companies, they have what they call a startup scale, whereby any person, regardless of how good you are, you have to undergo through that startup scale, because the first 2 months or 3 months, yes, you might be good in your area, but for them they might be believing that they will be teaching you, training you. So if they see you worthy, then they will put you on the real scale that they will see that you should be earning. And if they see that you have not yet picked, they will continue giving you that small as they are training you to become the person whom they want you to become. So it is one area that at least so many intentional organizations invest a lot of time, because they want people to understand them and understand the vision. But in most cases, if you go to a place and you just tell them, for me, I want 1 million Ugandan shillings, that is like roughly $300, you should be able to back up the 1 million with your efforts, with your value, and even your returns. Yes, I believe we have learned something. I thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you have not yet liked the video, like the video. And kindly, at the end of this video or this live, go on the live and try to share. What have you learned? What have you benefited from this? And also share it with others. Yes, and I thank you very much for watching once again. And kindly don't forget, we are coming up with a program. You can tell it to any youth, any person who would like to gain experience. It is going to be a voluntary program. Teachers in Need is highly networked or highly connected. So what we are going to be doing, we are going to be connecting you to opportunities, to places where you can gain experience. Yes, it can be a 1 month program. It can be, probably 1 month, 1 week, depending on your time and your schedule. Kindly inform people who might be interested. And when you're going out to volunteer or to share your knowledge, wisdom, your time, or even your resources, don't always just look at people that are good. Other people will say, for me, I would like to volunteer at MTN. No, there might not be an opening at MTN, but anywhere where an opening comes, go and volunteer. Because on your CV, some people will always employ you simply because you have ever volunteered somewhere. And that's why so many people have been denied jobs, simply because on their CV, there is no voluntary experience. And if on your CV it lacks, you will always struggle. Majorly, like, assume you want a job, let me say abroad. Those are some of the things that they look at. Where have you ever volunteered? And thank you very much. Kindly don't forget to subscribe to Teachers TV Africa. Our vision is to see that we also get to 1 million subscribers. Yes. And we come up with we have a studio at our center, at the Teachers Development Center. Anytime, feel free to visit us. I'm willing to share our WhatsApp number. Our WhatsApp number is +256 774 426366. +256 774 426366. And this one you can also call me. It is +256 706 20 77 16, that is Airtel. Thank you very much. And even any person who would like to join us and support this program, you might want to fund, to promote and join, kindly, you are welcome. Thank you very much. We have reached our 1 hour. May God bless you, and don't forget to subscribe. May God bless you, and see you then.